friends, it's Dee and me again. We are giving you another video on cookies. It's not a Christmas holiday cookie since it's that time of year, but we're going to make a cookie that we love. It's a Doubletree Hotel Copycat recipe. It never fails, so wonderful, and it's got a lot of things in it. I'm going to show you over here. We've got our recipe right here. We've got all of our ingredients. We're working with all-purpose flour, unbleached flour. We're going to have a very small amount of lime juice, some baking soda, a little bit of vanilla, salt, ground cinnamon, 2 eggs, some room temperature butter, real butter, unsalted, and then some light brown sugar, regular sugar, and some walnuts. And I pushed the rolling pin over them so that it would be a little bit smaller pieces than how they came. But one of the first things that we have to do is with the rolled oats that we're going to be putting in there, it is a really wonderful texture. We have to put them into the food processor. And it's going to grind it up like a powder almost. So that's going to be one of the first things that we have to do. In order to put all the rest of the stuff in, we need this first. So let's get started on this. We've got half a cup right here of just regular oats. And I'm going to put it into the food processor. So we've got half a cup of oats, old-fashioned oats. You can buy them at your store, any store. And we're going to put it on pulse to chop so that we can get it kind of powdery. Okay, so we've got the oats all nice and chopped up. Remember, it's half a cup, not very much, but it's enough to make a huge difference. Pour it into a little container here, and then I'll just scoop it up. The oats are going to give it a nice texture. It's going to be really nice. So we'll put our oats in, and we're going to do our baking soda, not powder, baking soda. And the baking soda is going to be 1.5 teaspoons. Okay? So we'll do 1. I always like to level it off. 1 and then 1/2. Okay? So we got our baking soda. So when I'm finished using the ingredients that we're finished with, I'll put them over here so they can get out of the way. And you can see clearly what I'm trying to put in, okay? Here's our flour that we're using right here. It says unbleached, but it's all-purpose flour. So we are going to put 2 1/4 cups. So we've got leveling it off there. That's 1. 2. And then we're going to use 1/4, which is a little smaller, and just smooth it off so that it's perfectly smooth on top. Okay, so we've got our 2 1/4 cups of unbleached all-purpose flour. 1 teaspoon of salt. Salt is such a key ingredient in cookies. It makes a really big difference. Okay, there's our 1 teaspoon of salt. And then the next one is ground cinnamon. So we're going to do 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. This is the cinnamon that we use. It just says ground cinnamon. Got 1. So here's our cinnamon. Drop it in there. And we're going to blend all of this in here first. And then we're going to add our butter, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put this in another little container because the next thing we have to do is we have to add the butter and the sugars. and cream them together. So this is going to go into another bowl, and it's just going to sit there and wait. Now I'm going to put in the unsalted butter, 2 sticks. Even my apron says butter. I love butter. 3/4 cup of light brown sugar. Make sure that you get the light brown because there's also dark. So we're going to put some light brown sugar and then some regular sugar. Do 3/4 cup of this. It smells so good. 1/2 right there. And then we're going to put in some white sugar, just plain granulated sugar. Also 3/4 of a cup. Okay, there's 1/2. And now we're going to do our 1/4. So we've got our 3/4 there. So now that we have our butter and our 2 different sugars in here, we're going to cream them, okay? Nice and creamy, very blended together. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do, we have vanilla and lemon and 2 large eggs. So we've got our 2 eggs right here. We're going to go ahead and put them in. 2 eggs, just regular size is fine. So we've got our 2 eggs in there, and then our vanilla, I'll put 2 teaspoons. We're going to put some lemon juice in here, okay? The lemon juice is only going to be 1/2. It's going to be 1/2 teaspoon, just 1/2 of a teaspoon. So we're going to be putting that in together, and we've got our eggs in there, so we've got everything that we need. That's wet ingredients. So now we're going to blend all of that together and make it a mushy kind of stuff, and then we'll put in our dry ingredients. So I'm going to get started on this. Okay, so I think we've mixed it enough, and we're going to add our dry ingredients. Remember, we put it aside earlier, and it's got our dry stuff. So this is going to go in very slowly. I'll use one of these little cups to put it in slowly and start mixing it. Okay, so once we start mixing it and getting it together, at the very end, we're going to put our chocolate chips and our 1 cup of walnuts. So I'm going to go ahead and do this so that y'all can see how it's coming together. Now we've already turned on our oven to make sure that it's at the proper temperature, and that's at 350 degrees. Okay. So now these are our walnuts. Just 1 cup. Whoops, spilling a few there. My dog will get them. Okay, so we've got 1 cup right there of walnuts. So we're going to put it in slowly also. Okay. We're going to just put it very slow and just let them drop in so that they can blend nice and smoothly. And then the last ingredients we're going to use are the semi-sweet chocolate chips. You can use the little tiny ones, or you can use the larger ones. I'm using regular size, and this is semi-sweet chocolate chips. So we're going to do 3 cups of this. Okay, so we've got all of our chocolate chips put in there. I kind of made a little mess here, but it's okay. We are almost at the end. Look at how beautiful that looks. I love it. So I have it very gently so that it won't tear up the chocolate chips, but I want them to get all into the dough. I'm doing it a little bit faster so we can get some of that dough off of it. Okay, look at how beautiful that is. Wow. Oh my God, I can't wait to eat these. They're gonna be big. I can't stand it. Oh, they're gonna be so good. Okay, guys, so here we go. We have our cookies ready to put in the oven.
They look like scoops of ice cream.
They look so
Like
good.
chocolate chip ice cream.
Well, they do have a lot of chocolate chips and all the good stuff, walnut and oats too. So we're gonna put them in the oven for 350. We're gonna start at 13 minutes. So let's see how that works. What do you think, Miss D? They're gonna be good?
They're gonna be delicious.
I know that. Oh Lord, have mercy! They look so good. Look at that. Woo! Oh my God, they look so good. Okay, we're gonna put our next batch in. So we're putting them on the cooling rack. It's almost time to eat time. We're ready to do the tasting for our cookies. Remember, these are the Doubletree Copycat cookies. Everybody's gonna love them, and it's a great gift to take somewhere. Dee, are we ready to try them?
Of course.
Let's go
Let's
ahead
get a
and take
shot
a
in
look
there.
at them. They came out gorgeous. I like to set them on a pretty plate. Got my little coffee cup that I'm gonna make some chocolate, and we're gonna taste these. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Awesome. I can't wait to taste it. You guys, it's been wonderful making these with you. I hope that you make these at home because everybody's gonna love them.
Cheers.